Setup. First, determine the depth to set your plug and wash the hole to ensure there's no core or obstructions in the bit. Next, pull the inner tube out of the drill string. Measure the distance from the landing shoulder to the end of the inner tube cap. Then measure the total length from the bottom of the landing shoulder to the end of the inner tube. Record both of these measurements. Remove the inner tube from the back end and put aside. Next, remove the lower latch body from the spindle and replace it with the adjustable tube adapter provided in your kit, while retaining the landing shoulder and landing indicator ball. Measure the back end and adjust to the same length as the original. The adjustable tube adapter is now at the proper length to allow you to direct water through the inner tube. Loading. Remove the core lifter case from the inner tube and replace it with the smooth lifter case included with your kit. This will ensure that the TTB plug will deploy from the inner tube correctly. Now, insert the TTB plug into the top of the inner tube, cutting the cable tie once the feet have been fully inserted. Thread the loading chamber onto the inner tube, then thread the yellow foam seal onto the upper threaded section of the TTB plug body. Warm up and lubricate the foam seal with an environmentally friendly grease to prevent any damage while loading it into the inner tube. Finally, thread the loading chamber cap and connect it to your water supply, applying low water pressure to load the plug. When water exits the loading chamber's indicator hole, your Piercepoint TTB plug is loaded and ready to deploy. Deployment. Disconnect the water line and remove the loading chamber assembly from the inner tube. Connect the loaded inner tube to the adjustable tube adapter and measure the total length from the landing shoulder to the end of the inner tube. The length should be the same as the recorded measurement from the standard back-end assembly. Before lowering the inner tube assembly into the drill string, ensure that the indicator ball is in the top chamber of the landing body. This will indicate when the tube has landed and seated into the core barrel. The loaded inner tube is now ready to be lowered into the drill string. Connect the water swivel to the drill string and slowly increase the water volume until it is approximately 10 gallons per minute, or 38 liters per minute. Continue pumping until the inner tube lands in the core barrel. When the tube lands, the water pressure will build until the landing indicator ball is pushed through the indicator bushing. When this happens, the water pressure will momentarily drop. At this point, the water will be directed through the inside of the inner tube, pushing the TTB plug out through the bit. Once the plug has been deployed, there will be a steady rise in water pressure. Turn off the pump at this point, but do not release the pressure through the blow-off. With the pump shut off, slowly pull back the rod string until it is clear of the TTB plug, confirmed by a release of pressure on the water pressure gauge. Congratulations! Your Piercepoint TTB plug is now set at a fraction of the time, reducing 3 rod trips to just 1.